Great. Now here come all the Gary Smith comments. What's up, everybody? TN Fanatic here. Hope you all are having a fantastic day and welcome to another post-game reaction. In this one, I am continuing my coverage of my boys in gold, Nashville SC. Sorry that this reaction might be a tad late. That was for a few reasons. Number one, I've been busy with my coverage of the Stanley Cup final. If you want to see which team I thought was going to win the Stanley Cup, I will put that eye up in the corner. And also because of the fact that, I really wanted to just process what we saw in this match between us and NYCFC. Really just think about it, because there was a lot that I wanted to say, and I'm probably going to say a lot of it, but yeah, lots to take in. Definitely a tale of two halves. Nashville SC and NYCFC tied in a 2-2 draw. So again, lots to talk about here. Let's dive right in. Coming into this match, Nashville SC feeling as confident as ever, absolutely unbeaten in our last 9, led by the great tandem of Hani Mukhtar and Sam Surridge. So just 3 changes from our match against the Crew, including the return of Walker Zimmerman, and darn it, like it's not amazing hair. He just shaved it off. But like I get it, it is the summer, it is hot. And also, we made this change. 19-year-old, the youngster, Matthew Coracon, he's holding it down in the midfield. Thankfully, I will talk about him a lot more. Facing NYCFC, a club that has definitely had their share of ups and downs all year long. Currently, as I'm filming this, I think they have that last spot in the playoffs. But this is a tired group in NYCFC that we played. Since their loss to the Dynamo, New York, so they had to come and play us. 3 matches in 6 days for NYCFC. Again, that's a tired bunch right there. My thought was simply this, and perhaps I was maybe a little too overconfident about it, but I had faith in my boys in gold, and I saw that New York, they were hurt. They were tired. So I thought this was going to be a game where, like another game where we were going to just show up and show out. And for quite some time, it did look like that. We had another great start to this game. It took us a little longer to score compared to that quick strike in the Crew match, but still great to see it. 27th minute, great ball by Coracon. Again, the 19-year-old. Putting on a show here in Nashville. He sends that to my boy Hani Mukhtar. And then Hani, he passes to Sam Surridge, who fires this ball in 1-0 to the boys in goal. For Sam Surridge, he is continuing his red-hot play. His 3rd straight match with a goal. And talking about Sam Surridge, I wanted to talk about this. Because, when we signed him, the hype was there. It was a lot of hype around Sam Surridge. And in the Leagues Cup, he scored so many goals for us, and he was on fire for us. These last few years, it felt like Sam was starting to regress just a tad, but look, granted, there was a lot of stuff going on with Nashville SC, and just a lot of changes were being made, and so, everyone was kind of suffering from that, but I feel like Sam, he is really starting to thrive under the system that BJ Callahan has for him. And the chemistry between him and Hani, it is getting better and better. Both guys now with 13 goal contributions. The only duo in the MLS to do that. So Sam, he found the net early. And just before stoppage time, he does it again. 41st minute. Coracon! Again, look at this kid, 19 years old, he is killing it. Has another great send to Alex Muil, who then he's fighting off 2 NYCFC players. He finds Sam, and then Surridge, he just tucks that ball right into the corner. We are cruising. We were cruising up 2-0 at the half. Some would say, even maybe the non-soccer fans out there would say, like if a club scores 2 straight, like they're up 2-0 at the half, maybe some of them would even say, oh yeah, that's a lock, that's an easy win now. All that we had to do was not rest on it, okay? We're not Gary Smith, okay? We're done with that. But, just don't do anything stupid. Just stick to the fundamentals, and we will cruise out with a win. But what happened? What the heck happened, guys? What happened? Okay, I'll talk about the end result of this and how there are 2 different sides to this. But, again, you had it, boys. You had the win. You had a 2-goal lead. And you're testing my patience, boys, okay? I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to flip this table, but it's going to happen, okay? If we don't seal off wins like this one should have been. So, unfortunately, now I got to talk about the New York goals. So, in the second half, New York, they're starting to press a lot more, which I did expect, because even with a beat-up team like they were, even though they were tired and we were just kicking their butts, we weren't kicking their butts. Eventually, they would have some pushes themselves, which I get. But again, sticking to the fundamentals, we were so good at just getting clears, especially with Zim back, I thought we would maintain that the entire game, but apparently not. 54th minute. We fall asleep at the wheel here. Wolf with the ball, and again, no one makes that challenge. He fires it, and then he gets a little help from Mr. Post. That ball tucks in, and now our lead is cut in half. It's cut in half. And look, I'm just going to call this for what it is. When we got Zim back, wasn't that supposed to be like a good thing? Because we're supposed to stop this. Wolf's not supposed to shoot this shot right here. But he does it anyway because no one made that challenge. Look, 3 Nashville players, if you look at the footage, 3 of them were around Wolf. Nahar, Lovitz, and Zim. Zim looked like he came in just a little bit late, which I don't think I've ever said that statement, ever, which that should tell you something. But boys, someone's got to make that play. Someone's got to make that challenge in the penalty area. Don't get a penalty, That's not what I'm saying here. But you got to be more aggressive than this. Don't let Wolf shoot this thing. Don't let him do it. Just don't let him shoot. Now, here's what I will say about our club. Is that a great quality that we have seen is that Nashville SC, they're so good. They know how to respond to when an opponent scores. And we did that. We responded. We had chances. But 62nd minute. I could have talked about all of the chances that we had in the second half. But the 62nd, that's one where Freeze for New York, he froze us. He froze our scoring. 62nd minute surge. He kind of crossed the penalty area. He shot. Freeze made the save, but then ball gets to Hani Mukhtar. Freeze, he's barely getting up, and he still got his glove on that ball to deny getting our best duo, Suraj and Hani Mukhtar. He denied us twice, 2 times. And, I will give credit where it is due to Freeze. But, man, that sucks. That sucks. Because you got to score on these. You have to. Because you know what? It might come back to bite you. And New York, and more specifically, Wolf, they took just a big bite, a big chunk out of our happiness. Because 3 minutes before stoppage time. 3 minutes! 3 minutes! New York on a set piece. Fernandez with the delivery. Who, it was kind of hard to see who touched this ball first. But ball goes sky high. It comes back down. Wolf has it again. And apparently we didn't learn from the first time he scored. So he's going to go ahead and take this shot again. And poor Joe Willis, he whiffed on that save. I don't know what, Joe, I don't know what happened to him. But that sucked to watch. And then it was even more terrible when Wolf scored. And a 2-goal lead erased. in the final minutes before stoppage time. And then from there, the rest is curtains. Us in New York, we would tie. We get the points. But it sucks because we had them. We had them! We had them in our grasp. And we just let Wolf take 2 easy shots to deny us 3 points. So, my thoughts are this. When I talked about the Crew match, that was a match where I said there's 2 extremes to that. There's going to be one side that will say, you know what? The Crew are a great team. It's on the road. It's tough to win in Columbus. So, getting the points, I think any team would be fine with that. And then there were the other side that said, oh, Nashville, you blew it. Even when we got the crap beat out of us in the first half of that match, we still found a way to have a 1-goal lead. Heading into stoppage time again. And then it does it again. Boys, do not bring this back. Do not bring back the angry Zach. I've been happy. I get stumbles happen, but this is the second straight time you have a lead. You can finish. You have the ability to finish, and you don't do it, and it costs you points. That we need to fix that. We need to fix that. Because I'm not going into these playoffs. I'm not playing whoever, like Miami, Cincinnati, Orlando, whoever. I'm not playing them and having one of their star players score right at the end and have all the headlines read, oh, Nashville collapsed. I'm not having it, boys. So y'all better fix that and fix it quick. Now, here's what I will say. And I'm sorry if I sound like a negative Nancy. This is the second straight game, though, that this has happened. Pretty much the same kind of scenario. But here's what I will say. Points are points. Points are points. In the league and in the East especially, I feel like, where there are so many good teams, any amount of points is huge. And for us, Nashville SC, let's not look at this. 10 straight now, unbeaten matches. That's incredible. I guarantee you ask any Galaxy fan right now, you ask any Toronto fan or Montreal fan or Fire fan, if they would like to have 10 straight matches unbeaten, a lot of them, I feel like, would say yes. And for Nashville SC, that is a testament to how hard that we've been playing on a schedule where we played a lot of games. We played a lot of games during this Mania Madness. I think that's what they were calling it. We played a lot of games. We came out with some nice wins. We did limp a little bit toward the finish line. That's what I will say. Again, Crew and New York, dang. We're look, don't get me wrong. We're still in a very good spot. A very good spot in the standings. I think as I'm filming this, I know we're one of the top 4 teams in there. We might be third. The point is, we're in a very, very good spot right now. And here's what I will say. Is that yes, we are in this great spot. But just imagine if we could have just gotten just one of those wins. If we could have just finished off the Crew. If we could have just stayed disciplined against New York. How different that would be for us. Because obviously Philadelphia, they are in first place. But you have, it is tight in the East right now. You got Cincinnati. You got us. I think Miami, the Crew, the Red Bulls, and I'm saying this off the top of my head. Last time I looked at the standings, and Orlando, I'm pretty sure. Then you have Charlotte and NYCFC toward the bottom. But I'll break it down like this. The difference between second place in the Eastern Conference, which I think is Cincinnati right now, and 7th place in the Eastern Conference is just 3 points. Literally one win will separate the second place team from the 7th place team. Either you're hosting a game and having huge home field advantage, or you're going all the way to pretty much to the bottom and you're going on the road in round 1. That's how wins are so important. Points are important too, but wins are super important. And for Nashville, again, try not to be bitter, but if we would have just won these last 2 matches, if we would have just survived, we probably would have been second right now. We definitely would have been within striking distance of the Union for first place in the Eastern Conference. But look, again, I'm gonna try not to be bitter about it. Really tough when you blow 2 games like this. But we didn't blow them completely. Still came out with points. And our boys at goal, we do get a long-deserved rest. Our next match is against the Fire on the 14th. So again, like a good amount of rest for our boys in gold. Much earned. So hopefully, again, we can just we can learn, we can rest, and we can come back even stronger. But fans, that is going to do it for this post-game reaction. Thank you all so much for watching. If you all enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, and you can join our Fanatic Army. And a honey salutes to all of you as always, and I hope that all of you have a fantastic day. Go boys and go!